Just a second. All right. I'm doing some cooking today. Different things. I've got a lot of stuff going on. I'm doing some zucchini, some peppers, some potatoes, which I've got to wash a couple of those. Carrots. Got carrots, plenty of carrots going in today. Putting some banana peppers in it too. I believe it'll be okay. Some banana peppers in it. I'm doing a roast, like a vegetable roast. Corn. I've got corn too. I'm gonna do corn. And these vegetables here. I'm using some frozen vegetables today. Okay. I'm doing I'm putting it in 2 pans. The corn's going in a whole nother pan, but I'm doing 2 pans. It's going to have I'm doing what I do is I put these vegetables in the pan, okay? Then what I do is I put a lot of butter on them. And then once I put the butter on them, I take them and put a little paprika and some different things, whatever I happen to have handy. And I put that in there. Then I take the foil and seal it up. I usually put it for about 50 minutes at 350 in the oven. And I fill them out and sort of look at it. You can't really hurt them by roasting them in the oven. It seems like it turns out pretty good. But what I'll do, I'll show you the footage of it. I'm going to go ahead and cut all this stuff up, get it ready to go. Sometimes I use fresh broccoli, but I've got this bird's eye broccoli today. It's vegetables and sauce. I probably won't use the sauce on it. I might use the sauce. It's according. Anyway, and I got frozen corn. The fresh corn, I like frozen corn pretty good. I really like that. But I'm going to cut all this stuff up. I'll wash the potatoes, work all that together, put it in, cut this stuff up, see how it works out. And I'll show it to you, just put it in the pan. Also, I'm doing some chicken. I've got some chicken I'm going to bake. I'm doing a Parmesan chicken. I'm doing a Parmesan. What I do is take that Buffalo Wild Wings Parmesan dressing, and Janice pounds out the chicken, and I cut these chicken breasts in half, and it's about 6 pounds of chicken. And then I put that over. I cook a lot. I've got family coming this evening, but I cook a lot. But I put that Parmesan in. Then I just never used this before, but I have a air fry garlic Parmesan seasoning coating mix. So I'm going to Parmesan the hoochie out of it. It's going to be really good. But anyway, I'm going to do that. So I'll cut the vegetables first. Then I'll switch back around. All right, we're going to cut these vegetables up. I've cleaned off this cutting board. That's a knife that my daughter got me for Father's Day. It says Best Dad. In case anyone else there thought they were the best dad. They're not. I am. Okay. I got a silver bowl here. I use these stainless steel bowls a lot. I like them. They're very clean up good. I'm going to cut these carrots a little bit because they're a little bit big. One thing I do too with carrots, and do with a lot of stuff, I put a paper towel in with them, and they seem to last an awful lot longer if you put a paper towel in there with them. Okay. Probably going to make too many vegetables, but I'll see. I generally cut these up. If they're big, I cut them up into halves. Okay. And if you got any ideas on cooking or anything you'd like to see, let me know. If you got some kind of recipe or something you'd like for me to try out. I'm not real good on any recipes that are too fancy. If they're too complicated, I tend to give up. But if you have a simple recipe, I'd love to have it. Give it to me. I like things like a cowboy style chili, or I got a chili I call Ronda Rousey chili that we fix a lot because it's real simple. I fixed it one day. It is a real simple recipe for. It's just a chili, and it probably got a lot of names for it. But the reason I call it Ronda Rousey chili is I seen her. She was the first one that I seen that fixed it. So from then on, it became Ronda Rousey Chili, the UFC fighter. All right, carrots, done. I don't think I need any more carrots. Okay, zucchini. This is organic zucchini, which I don't think makes any difference. I'm going to wash it off. All right, washed it off. Washed it. I'm not sure about zucchini sometimes, what it is or what benefit it is or anything. But I can't remember if Janice likes it or I like it. Don't know, I can't remember. But I'm not even sure if it has a taste, to tell you the truth. Any recipes you got? If you got a recipe or something, I'd love to have it. Send me a link to it, or don't send me a link to some site that has 50 recipes on it, because if you do, I'm not going to it. So that just sort of wastes my time, and I don't care much about that. But if you've got a specific recipe you'd like to send me, I'm very interested in that. But like I said, I can get all those sites that have all those recipes. I've got a buddy, Steve Flint, who's wrote a beautiful cookbook, and he's a cook. He's not like me. Early on in our life, Janice and I both worked for McDonald's for 10 years, and then we had our own little hamburger and hot dog restaurants called John Boy's Drive-In. Whoop, that one there left. Dog will have to get that one. Okay, and we had those. So we done that. So I'm more of a short order style cook than I am a follow the recipe style cook. But anyway, there. Sort of cut myself a little bit there. But I would love to have some new recipes. That would be cool, man. I could get a few new recipes if you have some. I don't think these seeds will really hurt you. If they did, my family would probably be dead by now. But I would say, because I don't always get all the seeds out. But anyway, ain't nobody died from it yet. If they have, I don't know where they are. Like I said, we got family that come over a lot. Tonight, my daughter will be here. My grandson will be here, and my other son. I'm missing one of my grandsons. He's a cook too, Caleb. But he won't be here. They're in Ohio. But I tend to cut these every which way. Probably people that really know what they're doing that drives them crazy. But that's my calling. All right. Yeah, it's all looking. I mix it up, and then I sort of hand dip them out into two different foil containers. Now, the thing about these peppers, I'm not actually sure. I like them because of the color. I'm not sure if they have that much of a taste. They have a little taste, but man, I sure would like to. I just got to thinking about that. I'd like to have some recipes. Like again, no, I don't want no links to a site somewhere. If you actually have a recipe, if you have a picture of it, I think you can give me a picture. I'm not sure exactly how TikTok works. I've not been that long. Well, I have been, but I mean, I don't know about how that, if you can give me a picture of it or not. If you can give me, I'll try to put my email address. A lot of people are always afraid of that. I'm not afraid of much. 270 pounds is pretty tough. There ain't a whole lot of stuff scares me. Now I'm scared of someone if they're going to shoot me. I'm not real scared of nobody going to whip me. Okay, all right. But anyway, I was talking referring to my email address. So, anyway. I think the peppers give good color more than anything. I think they add color. Like I said, I'm not really sure about the taste. You can sort of get a good pepper taste every once in a while, but not all the time. I've got some friends that are really cooks, like Jody and she's Joe's wife. She's a real good cook and like that, and cans and all those things. But I don't can. I would like to can, but I'm always afraid the pressure cooker is going to blow up. But I might can next year. Might do some canning. Haven't never, but we've talked about it, haven't we, honey? We've talked about canning. Okay. Now, okay. All right. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to, probably it's too many, but I don't want to be short on them. About 3, I'll do 2 small, 2 4 potatoes, okay? I'm going to wash these, and I'll be right back. Look real good, does it? Okay, I'm back with washed potatoes. Here is the dilemma we hear a lot, okay? My wife stresses this a lot. Janice does. She says, I don't like it if you don't peel the potatoes. But,
no, roasted's okay.
Oh, roasted's okay, she says. But anyway, the reason I don't peel the potatoes is because, and I really, a while back was the first time I have ever peeled potatoes. About a month or so ago, I got a peeler out and I peeled a potato, and it was relaxing. I thought, well, it ain't so bad. But I don't peel them a lot of times just because I don't want to. I don't want to peel them. So I figure, if I don't want to, I just don't do it. Right? When I get done, I'm going to put these over in a bigger bowl and mix them up a little bit. And I've got these frozen vegetables. I have got too many of those. We'll have to eat those again at a later date. There's going to be too many of the frozen vegetables, I think. I can almost not even use the frozen vegetables, couldn't I? But again, recipes. If you have any recipes, and if you get it on, I might try it and film it and give you all the glory. Unless it turns out really good, then I won't mention your name. I'll just talk about how I did it. So, anyway, that is going in. I think I need a bigger silver container. Switched over to a bigger one. Okay. And why do I cut the end off like that? I'm not really sure. I think it's because years ago when I was a boy, I used to see some potatoes in the garbage, and I seen the ends, and I think it bothered me, affected me emotionally. From then on, I always cut the end off the potatoes. for some reason. I can't think of any other reason why I do. I always cut the end off of the potatoes. I'm going to toss them in some seasoning when I'm done. Odds and ends. I don't think I have any room for those frozen vegetables, to tell you the truth. I need to see if I got some paprika, Jan. After a while, Jan. After a while, let's see if I got some paprika. It seems like I haven't been able to find it. I don't need right now. I don't need right now. It's okay. Okay. I don't think these potatoes will turn brown, will they? Huh? Didn't put them in here. We won't cook them until 2 hours. Think they'll turn brown 2 hours? If I put them in the refrigerator, will they? Just thought about my potatoes. Usually take them and put them in water, and I rinse them a lot. I don't know if they'll turn brown. It's going to be about 2 hours before I actually put this in the oven. So, don't know. Okay, now, here is the stuff. Okay. What that looks like. All right, I'm gonna get a little bit of seasoning. We'll see what we can do with that before we put them in the pan. Okay. Here is some stuff that I found in the cabinet that I'm gonna use. Got some ranch. I've got some black pepper. I've got some of this garlic salt. I've got some regular salt. Don't use much of that. I've got this. I happen to see this up there. It's a little Italian seasoning. And here is some onion powder. Got it. These are all things I'm going to put in it. Sort of mix it up. Try to get it. See how that looks there. All right. So, what I generally do is just hit it a little bit and then mix it a little bit. This is sort of, don't want to come out good. And a little garlic salt, a little bit of this Italian seasoning. Okay. I don't know why I put this pepper. I hate this, having to do this pepper like this. Put a little pepper on it. Whew, it's in my nose. A little bit of onion powder. To get that around. I'm gonna put a little bit of salt, not much, because I just don't like that. People can put their own salt on their food when they eat it. It's like when I don't want to salt it too heavy and the whole meal be all salty. Anyway. Okay, now that is some seasoning on it, okay? Any other seasoning that you think's good. I like to put some paprika, but I think I'm out of it. Okay, now I also have some Greek Greek vinaigrette dressing that I had in the refrigerator. So, put a little bit of it on it. It gives it a little bit of a tang. Yep. Put a little more of that on it. Let's just put it all on there. It's about empty anyway. Okay. All right. I think it's mixed up pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Okay. All right. Now we're going to move on to putting it in this little container. I use these little small containers right here. I'll give it a little shot of Pam for the heck of it. Okay, now put the little vegetables in. Try to split them up evenly. Got 2 pans. A little shot of Pam. Whoop. That red thing that hooked over there. Whoops, still on there. A shot of Pam there. Some more vegetables. Good. Worked out about perfect. And now, here's the deal. Once I do that, I do one other thing. Okay? One other thing. Butter. Now listen, on butter, if you buy that off-brand butter, you just forget it. Okay? You shouldn't even be cooking. You ought to just quit. Okay? So I'm going to take butter, cut it up, take it out. Okay. There's several things to do with butter today. All right. Butter. I use grade AA butter, salted butter. It says butter. None of that imitation junk. I don't like it. You shouldn't use it. If you are using it, throw it in the garbage. I don't like it imperial butter. I've got some of it, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Not at all do I like it. Okay, I cut my butter up. Small pats of butter. Okay. Slide it over. Butter. Now what happens is when you put the tin foil on, the butter just makes it all work, man. I might not put all this butter on there. Don't be afraid. Okay, now, I'll take this butter and sort of place it around on here, different places. Okay, that's about right on the butter. Okay, take the other one, butter. Now I didn't really find this recipe. I think what happened was last night I was editing a video and I happened to see, well, I am going to use all the butter. And I did see myself making this recipe and I said, I believe I'll make that again today. Wasn't sure today till today what I was making, but what I'll do, take a little tin foil, 50-50, shiny side up or shiny side down. But anyway, I've tried this in Pyrex, okay? And it just seems like it doesn't do as good as it does in this tin foil for some reason. I don't really know why. But I'm going to sort of wrap that over because my toaster oven is very small, and I'll do both of these in a toaster oven. And I'll show you that once I put them in. But anyway, I'll do it about, and I'll share it again at 350 for about 50 minutes, something like that. There's no science to it exactly on my end. Because you can't hardly hurt it. I don't think you can really hurt it. Don't be afraid of it. You can't hurt it. Put it in there. Roast you up some veggies. And you can do this in a small portion. Take you a small pan. And if you do this, try to let me know if you do cook it. I'd like to see a picture of it. Or let me know if you do. You can take a small pan if you're like one person at home. And you can do this vegetable. Just cut it back. I'll do one day just for a single person, one person at home. But you can see, turns out pretty good. Now I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator in hopes that my potatoes don't turn brown. All right. I'll be right back and we'll do the corn. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is the corn. Okay, I'm using frozen corn. I would use other if I had it, but I don't have it right now, so I'm going to use this frozen corn. Don't be afraid of it. I think I can. I don't know who all coming tonight really likes corn. Is there anybody likes corn, Jan? Do they like corn? Yeah. Sorry about that. I put that in the same kind of container, okay? Give it a little, like that, like this. How many corn should I fix? That's 6, Jen. I don't think everybody likes corn, do you? Okay, all right. Corn. Got corn here. Don't do a whole lot to it. Give it a little salt, give it a little pepper. I may give it, hold on. Been using some of this lately. Sazon, I think it's Hispanic. Not hot, that's that I've been using. Okay. I've been using some of this. I'm just going to put a little bit of that on it. It's not hot. I have some very particular palettes that come. And they, if it's got any kind of seasoning on it, man, I'll catch heck over it. Anyway, put this back in the freezer for me, okay? Here. All right, now. No, I just didn't. I had to open that bag just for broccoli. Sorry. All right, this, I don't know. Put a little bit of, just a touch of garlic salt on it, maybe. Okay, maybe a little bit of Italian seasoning on it too. Or something. A bit of that. And I already put some of that. I'm going to put a little bit of this onion powder, just for good measure. Okay, now comes the other ingredient, butter. Butter is very important on the corn. Now here is some of this imperial butter, okay? Which again, I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it, but it was, I try to get the best deal possible on butter sometimes, but I'm fooling myself. I'm not going to do it anymore. It's like my wife and paper towels. We've tried to do the cheap paper towels, but it just don't work. Just have to go back and use the Bounty. I use a little over a stick of butter with that corn. The main reason why is I use a stick of butter. I really hate this butter, so I want to get rid of it. I'm going to use it. Okay, now, butter on the corn. You say, well, John, that's a lot of butter. No, you're right. It is. And I could put a little more corn, but I'm using more butter than I normally would use, simply because I want to get rid of this butter. I'm sick of it. Don't like it. Janice won't let me buy any more until I use it. Okay, so all right, that's done. I'm going to, I'll do it about the same way, about 350 in the oven, about an hour. I'll give it an hour. Okay. Throw it over. See, that really was simple. That's all there was to that corn. Frozen corn, ready to go, ready to rock and roll. It's in. All right, that's all till we start on the chicken. I'll clean up first. All right, I've got some other things I'm cooking today, but I'm also doing a baked chicken. Not real complicated. We got the chicken breasts. Janice cut them in two for me. Got them a little bit smaller portions, about 6 pounds of chicken. We've got about 8 people coming tonight, come to the house to eat supper with us. So I'm doing that Parmesan chicken. Pretty good. I'm doing it. What I've been doing is I put it in I took some of that Buffalo Wild Wings of their Parmesan dressing, and I marinated my chicken in it, put it inside of it, marinated it, just let it sit for about an hour inside of that. Then what I do is I have some, never used this before, but it's a it's a House of Autry air fried garlic Parmesan seasoned coating mix. I'm gonna give it a try. Now usually I do my chicken, sometimes I just rinse it off and use take a self-rising flour, mix some different seasonings in it, make my own seasoning like that. But I wanted to try something a little different. I already had the seasoning stuff put in it, so I done that with, I use this. Just want to try something new. It's not real complicated. It's not a hard recipe. If you have any type of recipe out there, I would love to see it. I'd love to see if you'll let me know. I'd like to fix it. And again, I don't send me to no links on a recipe site of anything like that. I'm not even interested in that. But if you have a recipe, something you use, something simple, I think you can send me a picture. I'm not sure, but if you let me know. But if you have a recipe that you're using like that, but I'm going to take it, put it in the pan. I'm going to. It's not really that complicated. I'll put it in the oven about at 400 for about. I usually do it for about 30 to 40 minutes, but I watch it. I'm real big on watching my chicken as I go. And I just now got to where I don't overcook chicken. I've gotten out to where I finally am cooking it about right. But I've got an aluminum pan, and I'll show you that as I go along. I do it in an aluminum pan. Just put it in there, then I'll get the oven ready, and I'll go in there with that. I won't cover it. I'll leave it uncovered in there. And yeah, I'll do that. But I'm just about, I think supper this evening was 5. It's 2 o'clock now. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself on the chicken. But it won't hurt for it to be outside because it's cold. I don't have any room in the refrigerator. The refrigerator's packed. I think I'm going to do that though. But anyway, I'll be back. I'll show you that in just a second. I'll go ahead, we'll go into that. But again, if you have any recipes, I'd love to see them. Any recipes at all. Something simple. If it's too complicated, I get lost, disoriented. But chicken I like. I'm getting ready to try some fish in the next little bit too. All right, let's get into it. All right, I'm going to bread the chicken in here. Then I'm going to put it over in here and finish it up. And then I'll sit this back up so you can see all that. I give it all a little shot of ham just in case, because I hate it when the chicken sticks. This really is awful when the chicken sticks to the pan and the breading comes off of it. I don't like that. So here is this right here. I don't know. I hope it's enough bread. We got 2 of them, just in case. Anyway, cut the top off of that. Put that in there. I got 2 because of my fear of not having enough. See if you can still see this okay, Jan, will you? Look back here, just look back in the back. I want to get all the way through this and find out I'm not on it. You see this okay? Okay, now. All right. I'm not going to do anything to that. Okay? I do have a little bit of Parmesan dressing. Parmesan cheese, and I'm going to sort of sprinkle on it. No, I don't, because it burns so bad. Okay, now, I use these tongs. Get this out. I Parmesan the fire out of it, okay? All right. You say, why don't you use your hand? Because I don't want to. You may have to have 2 pans. How it works. You have to have another. I'm glad I got 2 boxes though. Okay. I'm trying to remember to record this when I bring it out. I have to have another pan for this chicken. Yeah, I believe that'll work. Yeah, I'm done with it. Yeah, because it's a lot of chicken in it. Well, chicken, what I was thinking. About 6 pounds chicken. I forgot enough of this Parmesan. I don't know, I have to use some flour on part of it. I could thin this out with a little bit of flour if I wanted to. Find another little piece of chicken, put it around the corner. Too big, too big. Too big, man, too big. That's sort of big. Maybe I can move that one around. I'm going to put a little flour in this. I ain't going to have enough breading. Okay. All right. That is one. Okay, I'm going to put some of this on, but it burns so bad. It doesn't look good when it does it. It burns it. In the shot. Still in there okay? Okay. That's a little more of this than what I was thinking. Well, probably for normal consumption, it wouldn't be as bad. But, huh? Okay. Now, chicken. All right. For the pans, it's a lot of chicken. Got one more thing I'm going to do to this chicken before we put it in the oven. Before we get it in that close to going in the oven. Again, any recipes you have, I would like to have simple recipes. If they're complicated, I won't be able to do it because I don't like to do it if it's too complicated. So, I generally won't. I have friends that are cooks. I am a short order cook. I never cooked anything until we had the worldwide pandemic. I cooked hamburgers and stuff like that, but never nothing to amount to anything. But when the pandemic hit, I was watching a guy on the internet, and we called him Drunk Steve. Okay, I won't tell you about his program. 2 pieces is what I'm going to have left in for tomorrow. Yeah, I can leave it in this bag. I got to watching him cook. He'd just take a little old stove, Coleman stove, and he'd have his stuff in his backpack. He'd be camping somewhere, and he would just go to cooking. So I got to thinking about that. I said, old Steve can do that. He's about drunk. I think I can do it sober. So I started cooking. My wife allowed me to do a lot of stuff in her kitchen, and I made a lot of changes in the cabinets and stuff like that. I'm going to put this breading in this baggie with this chicken for tomorrow. So I'm going to shake that around, close that up, put that back in the refrigerator. We got a little trip planned tomorrow. I'll throw that in and go. Okay, now, here we go. One more thing I'm going to do to this chicken is this chicken and that chicken. Okay. I'm going to give it just a little bit of butter. Normally I would put honey on it. Take a little round of honey on my chicken. But since I'm using Parmesan, I don't think the honey will actually go over good. I think it would be terrible. So I'm not going to use honey. I'll use this imperial butter so I can try to get rid of it. Okay, now over here again. A little bit more butter. I've got some Land O'Lakes butter here, which I really like. That's a very good butter. Land O'Lakes is. I like it. I like butter, regular salted butter. You can just see the difference in it. Just not happy with the Imperial at all. I'm going to put this in the oven at 400 for about 40 minutes. See what happens. Around different places. Butter left. Okay, there it is. Going in the oven, 400 degrees for however long. We'll see what happens. Oh, I'm going to put this in. 400. I'll have to get them. I have to turn them a little while. I want to. All right. 400 for about 30 minutes. All right. A lot of activity as I was getting everything out of the oven. And I really didn't get it videoed as I was getting out of the oven. And anyway, we're getting ready to eat. Grandkids are here. Grandson's here. Got it? Stuff going on. Huh? All right, I'll check it. Okay, here is chicken. Chicken turned out really good. Baked chicken, Parmesan chicken. Can't get a real good picture of it, but anyway, it turned out very good. The vegetables turned out extremely well, seems like. They turned out good. They're good. You can really see those. Turned out very good. The corn, I'm not going to open it up because it was sort of, had to squeeze it in the container. But the corn is here. It turned out good. Anyway, it's a real simple meal, easy to fix. I know you can fix it. It's not, yeah. Really, if you get in, you're welcome. All right, any kind of recipes. If you get a recipe, post it for me or put it on there and let me know about it. I'd love to have some recipes. It'd be cool to have. But I really like any new. Don't send me a link to some site with a bunch of recipes because I'll be lost and I won't be interested in that. But if you have something else you'd like to send me, just a regular recipe, send it to me. And I'll do it. Gee, I'm trying to figure out, this mic is so hard to hook. But anyway, all right. Be sure and follow, share, do all that kind of stuff. Save it, bookmark it, do all those things. Catch you later. Bye-bye.